Hey guys, what we have here is a 1985 Envirofan gold line, in this case also labeled Banville. You may remember I posted a video of an 83, which is the same version, and that one had lived a very sad life in a grocery store where the bearings were locked up and power was applied and it was filled with water, and poor thing, but it still worked. But it did not work on the lowest speed with the 4-speed control. So I decided I was going to pull out one of the ones I had that did not come from that grocery store, that as far as I know had lived a relatively painless life, and try that with the 4-speed control, because then we would know if just that one had been weakened some from its hardship, or if this version doesn't just work well with 4-speed controls. So 4-speed control, amp meter. Let's turn it. Okay, it took me a little bit of extra. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unplug the amp meter. Stop it by hand. And I'm going to plug the amp meter back in. 0.23 amps. And it is starting. If it can keep going. Come on. You can do it. Okay, so it did just about barely start with the 4-speed control. Let's try that again and see if that was, because especially a lot of these cast iron motors have weak spots in, I believe it's the rotor. I'm not sure if it's the rotor or the stator. I've been told the rotor is actually where the damage sometimes occurs. Okay, so it looks like that other one was just a little bit under the weather, and if I ever pull that one out to use, I will check the capacitor. If the capacitor is good, there's probably nothing else I can do to it. It just, you know, like I said, there's probably just a dead spot in the stator or the rotor. And I'll probably bump the capacitor value up a microfarad or two, which you're not technically supposed to do. But in that case, when the motor's already got some damage, then, you know, just do that and use it as long as it works. Okay, so we're at 0.23, 0.24 amps, right around the magic number. I've actually never had this particular gold line in use before. This is one of the same batch that ended up in the community center and then the salon. Those are all 85s. So let's go to medium low. We're at 0.48. This thing is rated 0.7, but it's rated 0.7 at 110 volts, so it should be a little bit more at 120. One of these days I'm going to do the math. That's a good medium low. Actually, this is doing well on the 4-speed control. A little bit of bearing noise from this one. Not bad bearing noise, just either dry bearing noise, or yeah, I guess it has to be dry bearing noise because I haven't oiled it. Medium high, we're looking at 0.67. I've said many times, and I'll continue to say, that this is the best version of the gold line. However, I'm gaining greater and greater respect for the 86 to, I don't know, maybe 89. I mean, we know 89, but we don't know how far into the 90s version, which is really pretty much the same as today's version. Medium high and high. So that's actually a really nice range of speeds. Breeze underneath. And if we go out here, breeze right here. These did well in the community center, they do well in the salon. I really like them. They're just a classy commercial fan. You hear that little bit of bearing noise? There's also a slight rattle. It's probably just the lower canopy or something. Something just not quite. We're at 0.82. So next up, I'm going to try this one with the Hampton Bay blades. After that, I'll try it with the short blades, the 48-inch blades, and then it's going to go back in its nest or bed or whatever you call it. It's packed away in a box. I think I've got 4 gold line motors per box. Sometime you should try to pick up a box with 4 gold line motors in it. It's a great workout. I left the Emerson ceiling fans on in hopes that they would bring a little bit of the heat down from the rafters. It's 60 degrees up here. I have some space heaters, but I keep forgetting to bring them over here. I have several, but I use them all either at my dad's garage if I'm ever working over there, like on a car, or here. Okay, well thanks for watching that, and see you in the next video.